This one little After Effects update is a massive deal. If you're familiar with track mats, you'll know that in all the other previous versions of After Effects, in order to use them, you had to stack the layer you intended to use as a mat on top of whatever layer you wanted to affect, and then set the bottom layer to either alpha matte, alpha inverted matte, luma matte, or luma inverted. And when you did that, you were limited to only being able to affect that specific layer with the matte layer. If you ever wanted to use that same matte for another layer, you'd have to duplicate it, drag it above the next layer you wanted to affect, and depending on the size of the project, this could get very cumbersome and messy. But now with the newest After Effects 2023 update, you only need one matte layer and you can assign any amount of layers you want to that layer, and you don't even have to place it above any layers, so you can group all your matte layers wherever you want in the stack and have a much cleaner work area. All I have to do is assign the text to reference that texture layer that lives down here at the bottom, set it to luma matte, and that's it. But then I can assign all these shape layers to the same texture layer and they all share that one matte. If I want to set one of the layers to inverted, I can just click the invert checkbox and now it inverts the matte without having to do any duplicating or stacking. Another cool thing we can do is reference the layers themselves as mattes without any extra steps. So we could assign one shape to reference another shape's alpha, move it around, set that layer to reference another layer, invert it, move it around, etc. Then we can change things around even more, setting the shape layers to reference the text in different ways and animating that position around. We can set the layers to a different layer like this energy vortex, sampling different looks out, all without ever having to make all these duplicated layers and worrying about stacking mattes above layers and dealing with that mess. As simple as this seems, this really opens up a lot more creative possibilities and a much faster workflow. Make sure to join our Patreon to get a ton of perks, including a private VFX Masterminds chat where you can talk to other VFX artists. Link in the description below. Another quick and simple demonstration of how this can make things much easier in a VFX composite is something like this portal effect. We have the portal, an animated matte for the portal, two different background plates, and a character. All we have to do is set our character and background layers that we want inside the portal to be luma mattes, both referencing just the one portal matte, instead of two separate duplicates of the portal matte stacked above each of those layers. Super quick, super easy.